Today we're going to understand how to show multiplication of fractions using manipulatives and visual models in 5th grade. To do that, we need to think about what students learned when they first learned about multiplication. In 3rd grade, they learned that the first number tells you the number of groups, and the second number tells you the number of items in each group. We're going to talk about squares, actually, for this problem. So if we have 2 groups with 3 squares in each, students would draw pictures of that. They would build it with manipulatives. And they would look at it as repeated addition. 3 plus 3, 2 times, is going to be equal to 6. So 2 times 3 equals 6. In 4th grade, students learn about it as multiplicative comparison. So the language is a little bit different, which is what makes it tricky for students, even if we think it seems easy as adults. So 2 times as much as 3. For example, Daniel has 3 apples. Sarah has 2 times as much as him. So if we're going to build that model, Daniel's apples actually don't matter to us, except to understand how large Sarah's group is. So she has 3 apples 2 times because she has 2 times as much as Daniel. So we can understand when we're looking at this visually that it can get confusing, but the question is just asking, how many apples does Sarah have? And Sarah has 3 2 times, so she has 6 apples. This multiplicative comparison is going to help us a little bit with fractions because it's easier to understand. With equal groups, it's hard to understand that we have half of a group that is 3 big. You can do it in some word problems, and I'll show you an example of that. So let's look at a fraction problem. Jenna walks 2/3 of a mile to school every single day. Today, her dad picked her up after she walked half of the distance. How far did she walk today? So we know that in this problem, this is an equal groups type of problem. We have 2/3. These are our thirds, so that would be if she walked a whole mile. If she walked 1 whole mile, then she would walk 3/3, but she doesn't. She only walks 2/3 of a mile. So every single day, she walks 2/3 of a mile. We don't have that one. Equal groups would be saying if she walked it 7 days, how far did she walk? But that's not what actually happened. She only walked it half of the distance. She didn't walk the whole distance to school. When she got halfway to school, her dad picked her up. So our group is half the size of 2/3. So we have half of a group that is 2/3 big. Looking here, there's 2 pieces. So half of our 2 pieces is going to be 1 piece. So today she only walked 1/3 of a mile. On our visual here, it's already split into 2 sections. So we've only walked one of those sections, and our number line's already partitioned for us because it's broken into thirds. So we have 1/3 of a mile. So today Jenna walked 1/3 of a mile. Our next problem that we're going to look at is a multiplicative comparison problem. In this problem, Brady and Caleb each have a bottle of juice. Brady has 8/10 of his bottle left. Caleb has 3/4 of what Brady has. How much juice does Caleb have? So we know that we're going to need our tenths here. And he has 8 of them. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here we see all of our 1/10ths together. So we know that we have 8/10 is our total amount here because 8 1/10 equals 8/10. They learn that in 4th grade, but it's really important to keep reinforcing that understanding for students. And so if we think about Caleb, he has 3/4. A lot of times that's what students will do. They'll just pull out the number and think we have 3/4. What are we going to do here with our numbers? But that's not actually what is happening. This would be 3/4 of my whole bottle. We don't have 3/4 of a whole bottle. Caleb has 3/4 of what Brady has. So we can't use these pieces. We're thinking about what Brady has, and he has 3/4 of it. So I'm going to draw a visual model here. Split it in half, and then do my best to break it into tenths here. Brady doesn't have those 2 pieces. He only has his 8/10. If I'm splitting them into fourths, I know that means 4 equal groups, because that's what I learned about in 3rd grade. That fourths means 4 equal groups, so I need to split this into 4 equal groups. And that's pretty easy to do.